this is Ed at the Drum Exchange in Seattle, Washington. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the drum set. This is especially for beginners that have maybe never played before and want to figure out how to buy a drum set. You can buy new or used drum sets. These days, new drum sets aren't that expensive. This set that I'm sitting down at, made by D-Drums, is in the $450 range with some cymbals, not the cymbals I have here. And so, you know, these things can be very inexpensive. Typically in our store, used sets, when they do come in, tend to be between $200 and $300, so they can be pretty good deals too. But basically what you're looking for, the three elements of a drum set are the shells: the snare drum, the high tom, middle tom, floor tom. They can be made out of different woods: low, high, medium quality. These are made of beech or basswood generally. These low-end sets, they sound great. They're round shells. They're very in tune. Nice big sound. Things like rings like this can get rid of the overring. So think about that when you're buying drums, that there are ways to tune and muffle your drums as well. So again, you have the snare, the high, the medium, the low, and the bass drum or kick drum. There's the hardware, and that includes the cymbal stands, the hi-hat pedal, bass drum pedal, technically the throne, and that can be low, medium, or high quality too. And then the third element are the cymbals, and they can be really cheap cymbals that come with drum sets, or kind of medium level or high quality. In this case, these are Wuhan's. This is a 20-inch ride, a 16-inch crash, and a set of hi-hats that are 14 inches. And they sound very, very good, and they're kind of in the $250 range for a whole set of cymbals. You can spend $100 to $300 or $400 per cymbal for high quality cymbals too. So that's kind of the equipment. The next thing you want to think about is there's three basic elements when you're playing drums. There's what we call playing time. That can happen on the hi-hat, the snare, and the bass. The ride cymbal can be added, and that frees up the left foot to play the hi-hat. Rock, jazz, Latin. Some Latin might use the toms to simulate a conga. Time is pretty much the repeated patterns that drummers do most of the time. Fills are kind of at the end of the phrase most typically, and that's where the toms come in for the end of that kind of, again, that finality to the phrase. So you put it together, you have time, fill, and punch is where the crash cymbal comes in, like that, to emphasize a moment in the music, and that can happen at any time. So here's time, fill, and punch. So there you have it. That's kind of what you need to do to play drums. What I recommend is a 5-piece drum set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hardware, cymbal stands, pedals, throne ideally, and then cymbals. And the best cymbals you can afford. Generally, you're going to spend anywhere from $200 to $1,000 to get started playing drums. I think that's pretty typical, new or used, depending on the deal you strike. When people come in here, we spend a considerable amount of time showing them not only all the equipment we have, but a lot of details about these drums and what makes one drum set better than another. And it would take a little bit of time to do that. So you're really encouraged to come into the store, any store, and definitely support your local drum shops. We'll see you later.